Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. On this video we're actually going to put one of the A and N fittings together onto the barb, and it's going to go back to the other video where I showed you or told you how to put one together. Well, today I'm actually going to show you, because now I need to make one for my own vehicle, and it just happened to be the perfect time. So anyway, when I pulled the hose out of the box, it was actually already damaged, so I'm going to have to cut the end off and make it nice to where it'll slide into my fitting easier. So, cut that right there. Like I said, you want to put tape right where you're going to cut, and cut in the middle of the tape. And you want to pull your line pretty much straight so you get a nice straight cut. And that way it'll be even when it goes into the fitting. You don't want it as like a 45-degree angle or anything crazy like that. You want it straight as you can get it to put it into the fitting itself. Now you can see where it's completely just straight and flat. That's what you want. Okay. Now, discard that. All right. Now, I'm going to show you everything all the tools that I use too. All right. Now, this is the reason why you just don't put the fitting directly into the vise like so, or else you'll scar the fitting itself, or even when they go to try and tighten it up, they'll end up rounding the fitting off. All right. Now, see, like that, it's already trying to scar it, and I just lightly did that. Now, this is the reason why I buy the blocks. These are made out of aluminum, and they curve around it, and they're nice and smooth, so it won't mar up your fittings. You get that nice show car quality look. Now, you're going to put this in facing up first. Like so. Also, when you go to tape, make sure you do not put the tape too thick, or else you'll never get it down into the fitting where it needs to be. Okay? And since this is a longer hose, I'm going to have to back it off and go back again to twist it more, because you really want it going in one direction. Knock that off by accident. Now, should be on. Okay. Yeah. Now, on the inside, you want your hose to come all the way up to where it is flush up against the mount on the inside. All the way down in right where my fingernail catches. Right there. Okay? And you can tell right where it's bottomed out. Now, from now on this, from where you're at now, you're going to go ahead and you're going to put it back into the vise with the hose like this now. Okay? Now, when you do this, make sure your fitting is flush with your bars. And I'll tell you why. So, let me go get some tool oil. And you want to put some tool oil onto the fitting threads itself. Okay? And then also onto your barb. Okay? That way, when you go to clamp it on the inside, or when it starts clamping on the inside, it's easier to fall into that hose, or to go into that hose where it's nice and smooth. You don't end up pushing the hose back out. Okay, on the wrench, you want to make sure that the wrench is flush on the bottom this way as well, so that way when you go to tighten up, the two will meet and it'll be perfect. And it's okay if the hose twists, okay? And I left the tape on there so that way you can see if the hose is pushing back out. And that's why I leave the tape on there as well. Not just to make sure it's not going to come unraveled. I can actually already, I can actually tell if the hose is pushing back out just because I left the tape on there. So it's like doing 2 for 1 with the tape. There you go. It's done. There you go. Hose is on. It's perfect. And you can see there's no scars or anything on the fitting itself. You see my oil, which, slap it off. There you go. Perfect. And I just used one blue and red fitting along with one black fitting. I just swapped in to make the black and red, since that's what my car is black and red anyway, so I wanted everything to match. All right, so that's it for this video. So hopefully that helped you. Now, before you go on ahead and you put this onto your fuel system, make sure you take air and blow out your hose. Okay, because you don't want any of that stuff going up to the carburetor or fuel pump or contaminate any other system. All right, and next, I'll put a ptfe fitting together. It's A&N, but this side is ptfe, which the inside of the hose is lined with plastic. And it's a little bit more difficult to do than these. They take a little bit more time, and there's some tricks that you can do with that to put those things together as well. And those are good for transmission lines and power steering lines, okay, for the high pressure. But like I said, that's all for this video. If you have any other questions, just comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I will leave the link in the description for these tools that I used. And also the link to the description into my other video that had to deal with A and N fittings before I actually showed you this part. That was the idea for the other video. This was to actually show you. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next video.